How I've been waiting for this ever since reading the blue post about it. So today we're taking a look at the new Fury Warrior on the BFA beta. Some changes might still occur, but these are the latest changes live on the BFA beta. And if you like these kind of videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave me a like, and let's get on with the video. So a few minor changes to our core abilities. First of all, Fury Slash is gone. Cue the whirlwind spam. So, Whirlwind is now our filler, Furious Slash is now a talent. So the new Whirlwind deals X amount of damage to everyone within 8 yards and causes our next 2 single target attacks to strike up to 4 additional targets for 40% of its damage. So like your Rampage and Raging Blow, etc. And it also generates free rage and an additional 1 rage per mob hit, up to a maximum of 8 rage. They've also reduced our auto attack damage a bit, so it's much closer to 25% now instead of like 40-50% of our overall damage. And they've also buffed our overall damage from abilities instead. But the biggest changes to the Fury Warrior right now is our talents. Outburst, Bloodbath, and Avatar has been removed, so no more cooldowns. I guess they realized from the feedback that having to use free cooldowns and then starting your overall rotation just didn't feel good. So our level 15, 30, and 60 row has seen no new changes. However, our 45 row has been updated a bit. So we now have Inner Rage, Sudden Death, and Furious Slash. Inner Rage reduces the cooldown on Raging Blow by 1 second and increases its damage done by 15%. Furious Slash works kinda like the old one, so if you missed Furious Slash as a filler, here it is. It generates 5 rage, increases your haste by 2%, and it stacks up to 3 times. So yeah, pretty much like the old Furious Slash. And then we have the shiny, kinda new Sudden Death. So your attacks have a chance to reset the cooldown of Execute and make it usable on any target regardless of their HP. And I've been playing around quite a lot with this, and it's just so damn good, because not only does Execute deal an absolute tremendous amount of damage right now, it also generates 20 rage. And if you compare that to Raging Blows, which is 12 rage, and Bloodthirst, which is 8 rage, I mean 20 rage is a lot. And I mean, it just speeds up your overall rotation, and when you use it during Recklessness, I mean, that's just crazy. And it just ties in so well with the new Fury playstyle. So moving on, the 75 row has gotten a new talent as well, and that is Massacre. Same one they added to Arms, by the way. So Massacre, Execute is now usable on targets below 35% instead of 20%. So effectively extending our Execute phase, and right now, Execute is doing a massive amount of damage. So combining that with the massive rage gain you get from it, I mean, that's just pretty damn good. But it's hard to say how big this will be and how big of a DPS increase Execute will be overall, but just basing it off on how Execute feels currently, it's just so much fun. And then we move on to the 90s row. So here we have Meat Cleaver, Dragon Roar, and Blade Storm. So taking a look at Meat Cleaver, it's our old passive. So Whirlwind now has a 10% chance to enrage you, and it generates 1 additional rage per target hit, up to 3 additional rage. So this change makes Whirlwind even better as a filler on single target, as well as adding up some nice rage gen on cleave and AoE. And then we have the Revamped Dragon Roar. So they wanted Dragon Roar more in line with the old Odin's Fury. So first of all, they bumped up the damage by a lot. So for me, it went from like 3k to around 7 or 8k. And it also generates 10 rage now, so because of this they increased the cooldown by 10 seconds from 25 to 35. So all in all, very solid changes. I mean, it's an absolute beast on AoE right now. And then we have Blade Storm. So Blade Storm has been reworked a little bit to fit the Fury playstyle a bit more. So starting off, the duration of Blade Storm has been reduced to 3 seconds, down from 6. And the cooldown has been reduced to 1 minute, down from 1.5. And it also generates 20 rage over its duration. So with the shorter duration, it allows Blade Storm to fit into your enrage window if you use it right after gaining enrage. So you can go Rampage into Blade Storm, allowing all that haste from from your enrage to go right into your Bladestorm. And it just feels a lot better in my opinion, even when used on single target due to the fact that you don't spin around for half an hour. It just feels like a quick dip in the swirl of death, and it also deals an absolute ton of damage. So yeah, spin to win. But it's hard to say which one of these talents will come out on top. I mean, currently Bladestorm seems to be the best choice for AoE, however Meat Cleaver seems to do a bit better on single target. And the last row has been changed as well. So Reckless Abandon has been moved to this row, and it works the same as before, increases the duration of Recklessness by 3 seconds, and you generate 100 rage when you pop it. So it allows you to pop Recklessness and go straight for a Rampage, which is pretty nice for momentum. And we got Anger Management. So the new Fury version of Anger Management, every 25 rage you spend reduces the cooldown on Recklessness by 1 second. And why did Blizzard decide to give us this amazing talent? Well, Blizzard said Recklessness is cool, so why not have it more often? Truer words were never spoken. So I couldn't agree more. It just ties in well with the new Speedy Fury Warrior. Recklessness just allows you to spam Rampage a lot more often because you generate so much rage. And with more rage, you get a lower cooldown on Recklessness, thus completing the circle. And the last talent out is Colossus Smash. Yeah, I mean Siegebreaker. So it's on a 30-sec cooldown, it deals a shit ton of damage and it generates 15 rage. It also increases our damage done to the target by 15% for 10 seconds, so not unlike a certain Smash you might have heard about. But it gives us back some of the Legion burst, not the same mind you, but a bit. Being able to pile up some rage and go Siegebreaker into Rampage into Recklessness and just pumping out a ton of damage during the burst window. So I mean, all in all, it's a pretty damn nice talent. So gonna do a quick run at the training dummy with the new Sudden Death and the new Bladestorm as well as Siegebreaker talent, just to give you a quick look on how it works and how the rotation looks. So starting off, we're just gonna charge in, go Recklessness into Siegebreaker and start going ham on that beeswax. So let's give it a go. So charging in Recklessness into Siegebreaker, got execute proc and we're rage capped. And just into another Rampage. Into yet another Rampage, all during the window, and during that we can go from that into Bladestorm, get the entire enrage during the Bladestorm to just get all the haste in there. And I gotta admit, I'm a bit amazed at the changes Blizzard have made to the Fury Warrior. I've never been this happy with changes before, at least not that I can remember. Again, personal opinion, but everything just feels great. The flow of the rotation, the different talent builds you can go for, I mean, it's just a lot of fun. So far, the best melee spec I've played so far on the beta. But yeah, that's it for the new Fury Warrior on the BFA Beta. And as always, if you like these kind of videos and want to see me cover more class changes on the beta, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave me a like, and if you have any questions at all, hit me up in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.